Yeah, we started in 1989, and from 89 to 99 we operated as a country club. And in 2000 we changed our whole package to what we were doing to a Northern Ontario package. So the country club name was changed to the Northern Ontario Country Music Association. We started out with the Sault Ste. Marie District Country Music Hall of Fame, and everybody knew Don Ramsey, so he was the first that was inducted into that. From there we changed the Hall of Fame to the Northern Ontario Country Music Hall of Fame. And the Great Northern Opry was a name we started using in 1993 that Grace Kozak had started way back in the 60s.
We were sitting around Dave Patterson's kitchen with his wife Carol, and just decided because we had all heard the music of Travis Tritt, a song called The Country Club, and we had this brilliant idea. Actually, Dave had the brilliant idea of let's start a country club, because so many people in this town love country music. It's just amazing. You wouldn't believe it. Well, you can see by the crowd that's here tonight that they love country music around here, and so country club sounded like the absolute perfect thing to do, and as it turns out, it wasn't too bad.
Dave had the love of country music in his heart, so he felt he needed our expertise, if you want to call it that, and we sat down in Dave's basement and started putting it all together. It's amazing how it has grown, and over the years is unbelievable. I never dreamt it would end up like this.
I grew up on Lennox Avenue. That was considered part of what they called the Bears Jungle, and the talent that was in the Bears Jungle country-wise was just amazing. And that's what I grew up listening to. I don't have any musical talents. I couldn't, if my life depended on it, couldn't carry a note, couldn't strum a guitar. But I love traditional country music, and I just can't walk away from it.
Well, at the beginning, it was formed to be a local club, and it was called just the Country Club. Small local dances at local halls, a bus trip once in a while, to go see country entertainers, and they had bowling league and that sort of thing. And when he started telling me his vision, I admired it greatly. I mean, I thought, wow. But it scared me. Like it had a vision of becoming too big for me.
Several years ago, we had a band called the Texas Street Band. And Dave was in the process of putting together some singing contests. So he hired the band to do the backup and play all the backup for the singing contest. And that was basically how we got involved with the NOCMA. That's got to be a good 24, 25 years ago. And being able to participate and to involve myself and to rub shoulders with some of these fantastic musicians and singers and icons in the Northern Ontario area, it's just been, there's no value I can place on that at all. It's just been a fantastic opportunity and a fantastic thing for me over the years, There's some great people here that and some great friendships that have developed over the years because of it.
I can't believe it. Like I say, I stepped back out of the picture, and I just from the sidelines basically watched him and his wife work their tail off, at putting this thing and expanding over the years. And I'm just an entertainer that steps in once in a while and helps them out with a show. No, it's they deserve all the credit, that's for sure.
My wife passed away on September the 30th, 2013, and we started an award under her name, the Carol Patterson Memorial Award. That's got the more meaning in any of it. We have 124 people that are in the Great Northern Opry. I would say at least 70 of those are from the Soo, because that's where we spent the first 10 years. In the Hall of Fame, I would say there's 49 as of this year, and I would say probably 35 of those are from Sault Ste. Marie.
Being inducted into the Hall of Fame was incredible. I came to many of the events, of course, working at the events and playing and singing, that kind of thing, and I'd see the pictures of the guys, and I thought that is so awesome. And Dave called me one night at home and said, "Can you come see me? And I have something to show you." And I went up to his place, and he opened this big package, and there was a picture of me and said Hall of Fame member, and I almost started to cry, but I held off. It's not just the talent. If it was just based on talent, we'd have 1,000, because there's tremendous talent here in this area. You have to be involved just because it is a club. It's an association, and we all just love country music. We've got some tremendous entertainers, guitar players, drummers, bass players. This town is just loaded with talent when it comes to country music. All kinds of music, actually, but country music especially.
It was a call, Jack Bringleson that was just up on stage there called, and I think everybody in town knows Mike Case, the late Mike Case, and they asked me to go over to Mike's apartment. They wanted to talk to me, and we discussed the whole thing, and Mike was the one that talked me into it. He was so sick at the time, and yet right till his death, his heart was in the Northern Ontario Country Music Association, and he convinced me to come and do it. And as sad as it is, 4 days later, he passed away. Like, I mean, it was that close to. But I promised him I'd be there, and he promised me he'd try and be there to see me inducted. But unfortunately, that didn't work out. But that's what got me.
This is incredible. We didn't think for a minute that we would get this big, but it's fantastic. We have members in North Bay, Sudbury, South Porcupine. My buddy Terry Little is down in just south of Parry Sound.
It's a wonderful thing. It's all over Northern Ontario, and the entertainers are coming from all over, and the show in November is just unreal, you know, and I'd love to see more people involved.
What I'm really happy with is that the annual Northern Ontario Country Music Awards is now held at the Quattro Hotel. It's in their banquet room. It's always the first weekend in November. And at that, we induct Northern Opry members and Hall of Fame members, or each one or one or the other, all the way from the Cochrane District down to Parry Sound.
If you're out there and you're watching this, make sure you come to the Northern Ontario Country Music Association's dances whenever they happen, because you won't be disappointed. It's a great way to spend the evening and listen to some great country music.
Just punch in the initials of Northern Ontario Country Music Association, and all the information you'd want to know is right there.